Well, today, 2012, this is my 9th summit that I've attended. It's been incredibly enriching each time we have this summit. What you see is that the WTTC today becomes the authoritative voice of travel and industry, travel and tourism, meaning that prior to WTTC, there was a Global Hotel Association, there was a Global Travel Agents Association, there was a Global Cruise Line, a Global Airlines Associations, and in some points there were regional players like Tata and different agency, IATE, that represented specific parts of our travel and tourism sector. What these summits do, or what WTTC has brought to the table, was that it's one definitive voice for the entire global travel and tourism industry. Global travel and tourism today, as you know, is the largest employer in the world. It is 10 to 12% of the world global GDP. It is the largest employer in the world today. So particularly emerging markets, which are trying to look towards growing their economies, growing the way of life of those like India, like the BRIC countries today, the opportunity to grow tourism from to 8 or 10% of that country's GDP can be as much as today, for example, in India, travel and tourism is 5 to 6% of India's GDP, whereas in the more mature markets like Europe and the US, it's 10% of GDP. So if we just made up 5 to 6 to 10%, that would generate $40 billion and add 24 million jobs just in the Indian market. So that's the significance of what travel and tourism brings, and what the WTTC has been able to do as the overreaching organization, which is our voice of working with government. It's essentially, as you know, it's a private sector organization. So what it does is, I think it enhances and improves the relationships between that public-private PPP, private-public initiatives, programs of working together to grow travel and tourism.
Of course, it's been such a great honor and pleasure to be here, and also to win this prestigious award, which we're very grateful for, and grateful for the efforts of the WTTC and the chairman of judges, Costas Christ, who personally visited our properties, as well as the rest of the judges committee. It's been also a tremendous honor to be surrounded by such high caliber individuals and representatives of the tourism industry, and to learn and exchange ideas. We at Banyan Tree really believe that the tourism industry can be a platform to help to showcase how companies can engage with their environments, both from a community service perspective as well as from an economic ecotourism sustainability perspective. And you can extrapolate those learnings to different industries. So we think this is just a fabulous showcase and a great collection of the best and brightest within the tourism industry.
I think we have a powerful opportunity to work more closely together across the airlines, across the online travel agencies, across the cruise industry, across the hotel industry, across the destinations, to really advocate the power of travel. And I think that we're beginning to realize that we've been too humble about our industry, that we are close to 10% of global GDP, that we are one of the easiest ways to create new jobs, and that people want to travel, and we need to find ways to advocate to make it easier to travel. So that's about reducing the barriers. That's about making it easier to get visas across countries so that we aren't holding people back or making it difficult for them to travel. It's about looking at taxation policy and being smart about it. Certainly we need taxes for governments to provide services, but we don't want taxes to be a deterrent to economic growth. So what's the fine line between raising revenue but also suppressing demand? And so I think what we're finding is that we need to talk more in harmony. We need to think less about our individual organizations or individual companies, and we need to coalesce so that we are a powerful, harmonious voice on behalf of travel. And that's what's going to connect us most closely with our guests, because our guests want us to advocate on their behalf, because people want to travel. The minute you get money, what do you want to do? You want to take a great trip and discover something new.
Well, I've been a member of the WTTC for the last 8 years, and I have great respect for the organisation. I think it truly represents our fantastic tourism, travel and hospitality industry, and I thoroughly enjoy coming to all of these events. And it was particularly important for the WTTC to make the statement that Japan is back as far as tourism is concerned. Japan is open for tourism, and certainly I think it's going to be very successful in the future. We spent 2 days in Sendai, and it's so amazing to see how civilized and how incredibly respectful the Japanese people are towards each other, and the work that they have done to recover from the disaster on March the 11th last year.
The most important issue at the World Travel and Tourism Council is the Tourism for Tomorrow Awards. They've been established a long time now. They're they're probably the leader in awards for sustainable tourism. Now this year they had a lot of entrants. It's recognised that it's an important thing, and it's all the people that won the Destination Award, Destination Rurals, they have 1 million passengers a year in their destination. Now that means that sustainability is getting to a lot of people, and a lot of customers, a lot of travellers, a lot of tourists are getting the benefit. They're getting better food, they're getting better accommodation, they're getting a better experience of the destination, so they're not wasting their money.
C'est un forum qui permet à l'ensemble des partenaires du monde du tourisme de parler ensemble. Ce qui est intéressant, c'est de voir que les différentes associations, que ce soit ASTA, IATA, WTC, WTO, se parlent les uns par rapport aux autres. Donc ça c'est important. Ça permet peut-être effectivement d'avoir plus de poids lorsque on parle aux différents gouvernements qui sont concernés par le monde du tourisme. Je pense que il faut que le tourisme soit soutenu. Bon, ce qu'on peut retenir quand même, les points importants, et comme souvent ces forums, on parle d'actualité et on parle du futur, donc on parle du monde qui change. Des interventions qui m'ont le plus intéressé, je dirais, c'est pour essayer d'anticiper sur le futur.